Somewhere in a cave tens of thousands of years ago, a man rolls a bone across the dirt. It isn't a toy. It's a decision about whether his family eats tonight or starves. He didn't know it yet, but he was gambling. Fast forward to tonight. Someone is staring at a screen, watching three symbols spin. Flushed cheeks, racing heart, a finger hovering, ready to press again. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Gambling wasn't invented by casinos. It's older than money, older than agriculture, older than cities. And if that's true, it means something disturbing. The urge to gamble isn't a flaw in your brain. It's a feature, one that used to keep you alive. Let's go back, not to Vegas, to the Ice Age. You're a hunter, thousands of years before writing exists. Winter is closing in. Two choices. Stay near camp, hunt small game, low risk, low reward. You'll survive, barely, or track a mammoth herd 3 days north. High risk, succeed, and your tribe eats for a month. Fail, and you die out there, alone. No spreadsheet for this, no data, just a gut feeling and hunger. Every person alive today descends from someone who made that gamble, and won. Here's the twist most people miss. The overly cautious ones, the ones who never gambled, they often starve too. Slowly, quietly, outcompeted by tribes willing to take the risk. Evolution didn't just allow risk-taking, it selected for it. That trait didn't disappear when we built houses and grocery stores. It's still sitting in your skull, waiting for a trigger. Modern life doesn't have mammoths anymore. So the trigger finds something else. But here's the question that should unsettle you. If gambling kept our ancestors alive, why does it now destroy people? Something changed, not in us, in the game. The first clue is buried in a cave in southern Israel. In 2022, archaeologists revealed something strange they'd found in the ancient city of Maresha. Over 600 bones, ankle bones from sheep and goats, called astragali. Some were carved with words. Robber, stop. You are burnt. These weren't just game pieces. They were nearly 2,300 years old, found near an altar. Because in that world, rolling bones wasn't entertainment. It was how you asked the gods a question, casting fate, to read fate. And here's the part that should really unsettle you. Around the same era, humans everywhere were doing the same thing. Not because they copied each other, because the impulse is universal. Psychologists later gave it a name, the illusion of control. Your brain treats an outcome differently when your own hand is involved. Even when the odds never changed. That feeling is a lie, an old one. One that once made humans brave enough to take the leap when survival demanded it. So here's the answer. Why did gambling stop helping us and start hurting us? Because the odds changed. In the wild, risk was tied to real skill, real information, real feedback. You tracked the herd, you read the weather, you used judgment. Modern gambling strips away the skill and keeps only the feeling. The thrill remains, the survival logic is gone. You're running ancient software on a system built to exploit it. In 1985, a woman named Evelyn Adams won the New Jersey lottery. Odds of roughly 1 in 3 million. Then, the following year, she won again. Combined, over $5 million. Statistically, it should never have happened twice. But within a decade, it was gone. Reports say she gambled much of it away in Atlantic City, chasing the same feeling that had already made her rich once. She ended up living in a trailer. The machine that made her a millionaire and the machine that emptied her out again were built on the exact same principle, which raises a darker question. If she already knew what winning felt like, why couldn't she stop chasing it? The answer isn't about greed. It's about a moment casinos discovered they could manufacture, the near miss. In brain imaging studies, researchers have scanned people while they gamble. When you win, a reward circuit lights up, the ventral striatum, deep in the brain's dopamine pathway. But here's the unsettling part. When you almost win, 2 cherries in a bar, 1 symbol off, that same circuit lights up, nearly as strong. Your brain barely tells the difference between winning and almost winning. And in people with more severe gambling problems, that near-miss response is even stronger than in casual players. The closer you feel to a win, the harder your brain pulls you back in. So you'd think the fix is simple. Just stop chasing near misses. Recognize the trick. Here's the problem. Knowing about the illusion doesn't switch it off. The near-miss circuit fires below conscious thought, before the "I know this is a trick" part of your brain even catches up. You can understand the mechanism perfectly and still feel the pull. That's not weakness. That's the design. Which brings us back to fate. Back to those bones in the cave in Marisha. Back to ritual. Because there's one more experiment worth knowing about, not with gamblers, with pigeons. In 1948, the psychologist B.F. Skinner ran a strange experiment. He placed pigeons in a box and fed them at fixed times, no matter what they did. The food had nothing to do with their behavior. But the pigeons didn't know that. Whatever they happened to be doing right before the food arrived, they repeated. One bird turned in circles. Another tossed its head. They built rituals, convinced their actions were controlling an outcome that was, in truth, totally random. Skinner called it superstition. That's the same instinct that carved words into bones 2,300 years ago. The same instinct that makes a gambler blow on dice or tap a screen twice, or sit in their seat at their machine. We are, all of us, still that pigeon. Still that hunter reading the wind before the throw, searching for a pattern in the chaos. Because for most of human history, finding patterns is exactly what kept us alive. The tragedy isn't that this instinct exists. The tragedy is that something learned exactly how to switch it on, without ever needing to switch off. There are no mammoths left to hunt, no bushes to forage. Just a screen, built by people who understand your instincts better than you understand them yourself. They didn't create the hunger. They built something that never lets it feel full. So the next time you feel that pull, that just one more, remember what it actually is. Not a personal failure. A 40,000-year-old survival reflex firing in a room built specifically to profit from it. The takeaway isn't to hate that instinct. It's to know exactly what's pulling the trigger before you do.